¿Cómo están amigos de YouTube? Bienvenidos a un nuevo video, una nueva entrevista en el canal. Hoy vamos a entrevistar a John Sauri alias Rofo, un gran exponente del género High Energy o Eurodisco como ustedes quieran llamarlo. Así que quédate ahí para conocer un poco más sobre este artista. En una primera instancia, Rofo nos va a estar contando su inicio con el mundo de la música, cómo inició en Rofo y su canción preferida del proyecto. Así que escuchemos.
Hi, Lataro. How are you? Nice to see you. Thank you very much for this interview. It's quite nice of you to get in touch with me and to ask me if I'd like to do an interview. That's great. Of course, I always like to do interviews. Well, so you want to know when I started in the music? Well, I started as a child in New York. Musicals, mainly musicals. And, well, I just kept doing music like West Side Story, Oklahoma, classical type of musicals. And then I came to Europe on a tour, and I remember I liked it a lot. So I said, I want to stay here and hang out for a while, because I was allowed to stay like 3 months, I think, back then. I think it's now also 3 months. And so I said, let me just hang out here. And while I was here, I said, well, I want to do something in the music. And in those days, we didn't have internet. I don't want to let you know. Well, I'm talking about 40 years ago. So what you did when you wanted to get into the music and meet people was you put an advertisement in a newspaper or in a music magazine. And so that's what I did. And that's how I met Funny the Wolf and Raymond Mueller, the executive producer of Rofo. And, well, Raymond called me and he said, we're looking for a singer because we just had a successful record in Europe and actually in the whole world, Flashlight on a disco night. And our singer doesn't want to go with the group anymore, so we're looking for somebody to do our next track. And so I said, well, here I am, And so I auditioned and everything clicked. And so that's when I did You've Got to Move It On. And I would say, because you asked me which of the Rofo tracks I liked the most, of course, You've Got to Move It On is my favorite because it was my first track with Rofo, and I don't know, I just like the overall vibe of the whole thing. So so we did that track, and it was a modest success in Europe, and also it got exported to other countries around the world, and well, since then it's just got a life of its own, actually. And so I just had good time doing the Rofo things and touring with it and publicity, and well, it was just a fun time.
A opinión personal le pedí dos cosas. Me estás moviendo la cámara además.
No sé qué venía el chico.
A opinión personal le pedí dos cosas buenas y dos cosas malas de la música de los 80s y esto fue lo que él respondió.
I think the two good things, if I want to start with the good things, are, I think, the introduction of synthesizers and the whole sound of the 80s, and sequencers, and the drum machines, and all, the technology. I guess that was the thing I liked about the music I was hearing. Sometimes it would go so fast that I didn't, realize what was happening. I remember when I did one of the tracks, they did a remix, and suddenly they did my voice chops. They did voice chops, and my voice was all chopped up, and I was like, what is this? I'm like, what did you do to my, beautiful vocal performance? But anyway, so it just went so fast that you didn't realize these things were happening. And then they said, no, it's cool, and everybody's doing it, and I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. But now when I look back in hindsight, I realize they were quite ahead of their time. I mean, nowadays everybody does like a voice chop and hop, you're finished. And back then you actually had to, work at it. And, you work with analog tape, and you had to cut things and, stick them together and cut it again, stick it together. And it didn't work. Oh shit, what do we do now? Now it's just like, delete and do it again. So I guess that's the thing I liked about the music back then, and the way it combined the technique with the emotions of singing, the vocal part of it. The things I don't like about it, I don't know. What don't I like about it? I mean, I think it's pretty much there's nothing I really don't like about it. It was a time in my life that I was, in my 20s and high point in my life. So when I look back on it, or when I hear something from those days, it just brings me back, and I feel good, and I think a lot of people that follow the music, that are still following, listening to Italo and High Energy from the 80s, I think it's the same thing. And younger people, they see it in their own way, but I think for a lot of the older generation, they just think of the good times they were having. People would say to me, oh, I love your, that song you did because I met my wife, and, we were just, 20, and we met, and that's when we fell in love. We heard your record in the back, and I was like, oh, okay, well, thanks. That's an honor to know that. And, but as far as things I don't like, I don't know. I can't think of anything. Sorry.
Siguiendo con las opiniones personales, esta es su opinión sobre la música actual comparada con la de los 80s.
I like it. I like the things that are being done too. Again, the technology that's gone so far, and the fact that everyone can pretty much do what they want to do on their own, nowadays. And that's what I like about it too. There's so much creativity coming out, and people expressing themselves, and it's just amazing. It's amazing what you can do at home on your own compared to back in the 80s. I mean, you did have to just go into a studio, literally go into a studio and do a lot of the work. You couldn't just record something at home as easily as you did, at least not with the quality that you wanted. And nowadays, I mean, go in your own bedroom, just record something and, clean it up with a computer, and it's pretty good. It sounds great. So I think I like the music now because it's giving people also the opportunity to also release things on their own. I mean, I'm doing it myself right now. I just released my second single on my own. I produced it myself. I wrote it myself. Pretty much on your own, you can do what you like and what you want. And I mean, I do like to co-write with people, of course, and it does have its beneficial things. But on the other hand, it's also nice to just have an idea and just to work on it and to do it the way you want it to be done. And and hope that people like it. If they don't like it, well, sorry. But it's just you're more able to do your own thing nowadays, and that's what I like about the music now.
Si pudiese volver el tiempo atrás, ¿cambiaría algo o no? Escuchemos.
If I could go back in time and change something in my life, would I do it? No, I don't think I would. I always made decisions in my life what I felt in my heart, and if I felt this is right, it was right, and I always followed my heart. I mean, I even stepped out of the music business for a while, and I went into the health fields. I studied nursing. I worked in operating rooms. I did a lot of, I saw a lot of sick people. I saw a lot of people that got better, but I also saw people that died. And, it's like, it makes you realize there's more to life, and to enjoy life. And to do what you want to do is so important. I mean, it's gonna be gone. You know, you're here once and bye-bye. So if you're stuck in a modus of doing what other people expect of you, of doing what other people want, then it's pretty rough when you start to realize this is not what I want to do. So no, I have no regrets at all. Nothing. Sorry.
Rofo realizó un nuevo single y nos va a estar contando sobre ello. Presten atención.
Oh, my new single. You want to hear about my new single? Of course, I'll tell you about my new single. No, it's just a fun thing. I just got an idea and I just wanted to work on it and do some crazy things. It's a combination of some modern things that are in it and some modern sounds with a little of the retro thing. And, I just felt to go crazy and just have some fun. And I hope that when people hear it, they can also have fun and enjoy it. It's not a serious thing. I didn't think, well, I hope I change the world. No, that's not what I was intending on doing. I just hope somebody has a good time with it, and that's my whole intention. And I released it, and who knows, maybe the next track I do might be serious and might be a little bit more emotional as far as showing my feelings in the song and trying to portray that to people. But this was just have a fun track, and it's called A Love Emergency, and I'm sure everyone has had a love emergency in their life, and if you haven't, well, it might be on its way one day. But it's just telling you, everybody goes through these things, and to make the best of it, and it's gonna be okay. You'll go on and you'll survive, and at the moment that it happens, you think my world is going to end, and then the day after you feel a little better, and then a week after, and then a year after you think, what was I thinking? Who gives a shit? Sorry, I'm not allowed to say that, maybe, I don't know. But anyway, no, that's my new single, and it's on all digital platforms. So it's the way it's called nowadays. It's on all digital platforms like Spotify and YouTube. I have a little video, and I just had fun, just wanted to have fun.
Can you see the pain? Y como cierra esta entrevista, un mensaje para todos los fans.
A message to the fans. First of all, the people that listen to Rofo and still listen to Rofo and have followed me through the years, thank you so much. It's just been, overwhelming, and I get so humble when I see people and they tell me how much they enjoy the music and how important it was in their life that they could, go out and listen and they'd hear the music and enjoy the life and combined it with things that happened in their life. And when they tell me that, it's just great. It's just fun to know that people enjoy the music. And yeah, thank you. Well, it was nice to meet you, Lautaro, even if it's virtual. I hope someday maybe I'll be able to come to Argentina. I never know with this COVID thing going on now. Who knows? But I do miss traveling, and I do miss performing. So hopefully one day we'll get to see each other. And I wish you all the best, my friend, and all the best with your interviews. I think it's great what you're doing. And take care of yourself. Be safe. Take care. Bye.
Bueno amigos, espero que les haya gustado la entrevista. Quiero súper agradecerle a Jon Sauli por su tiempo brindado. Denle me gusta al video, dejen en comentarios qué les pareció la entrevista y nos vemos en un próximo video. Chau chau.